Hi there, my name is Bernd Schwab. My screen name is XCVER or Xever or whatever you like to call it. Um, I've never done a draft video before, and I want to jump right into an M14 8.4 draft. Let's see how this go. I can see that the Boix and Solar Bush is also ready now. I think Yosh is streaming at the moment. So I'll wait until this starts to see how it goes. This is not the first M14 8.4 draft I did. I think I did about 20 of them now. I got quite lucky with the rares and mythics I got. I think I got 4 Archangel of Thune in about 20 drafts, so that was nice. Here, however, the rare is not that exciting. The Angry Bond is nowhere playable, I think, other than very, very rare circumstances. So the best cards I think here are Young Pyromancer, Messenger Drake, Accursed Spirit. There are some okay cards, such as Sentinel Sliver or the Fire Cat, the Dawnstrike Paladin. In some decks, the Fourth Breath, like UG, it is playable. I think it's a tough choice. I like taking the Messenger Drake here because blue is actually one of the best colors in M14. But I really fancy the Young Pyromancer, although its value decreases dramatically if you don't get into an instant and sorcery heavy deck for which you want to be red-blue. So I'm going for the Messenger Drake here. It should show there's no good blue here. So next pack, the best cards probably are Shiv's Embrace and Shock. Bloodbaron being decent. Also, it can get quite better with synergies, like with Tenacious Dead, or token generators like Spore Mount. I'm afraid someone to our left will take the Young Pyromancer, but I will still be inclined to go for the Shock here. The other option would really to take the Bloodbear and also show that there's no black coming. Blue-black, it's a good combination, I think, as well as blue-red. Tough choice. Shipping the Shock gives the signal that there's still good red coming. Act of Treason is decent in some decks. Shiv's Embrace is actually very good. But I'm gonna take the Bloodbaron here. So, ain't that great? Nephalia Seaskyte is a good blue card. Mana Weft Sliver is basically, if you're a queen, you should pick it up. It's nice ramp, it fixes you. Hunt the Weak is very good removal. Initially, we thought that it's straight up worse than Prey Upon, which it is tempo-wise, but otherwise, pumping your dude, it has been really invaluable. But it would seem odd picking it up here. So I'll go for the Seaskyte, which is just straight up better than the Nightwing Shade, I think. So, in black we have a Liturgy of Blood, which is hard removal. It will always hit until they can regenerate. And Quack Sickness. Both of which are good. Both of which require sort of a commitment to black, because the one has a double black casting cost and the other one requires you to have swarms. Quack Sickness would be better if I were into white black, so I may have been able to recure them with the Auramancers, but that doesn't look to be the way, so I'm going to take up the Liturgy of Blood. So this pack's a bit underwhelming in black blue. We have Undead Minotaur as an okay creature, because 3 toughness is good in this format, it seems. Queen has still Mana Weft Slaver and Wood Waller, and I'm a bit fearsome of what is building up on my left side on the Queen deck. Master of Diversion is good in aggressive decks, which blue-black usually isn't in a way where you want to delve with Master of Diversion, so I'm tempted to either go for the Wing Flash or the Undead Minotaur here. A Cordis Shield maybe receives an honorable mention. It can be played in most decks, but I'm never excited to have it. I'll rather pick the Undead Minotaur. Don't want to get too low on creatures later on, and it seems nice to me. Another Bloodburn, but also Bubbling Cauldron, a card I fancy very much. Not only if you're playing black-red for the act of treason combos, but in general, as a way to lengthen out the game, gain some life. If you pick up some newts, it can even close out the game. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the Cauldron here. If I get lucky, maybe I get the Witch. So I think I posted sometimes that I'm not that big a fan of Child of Night in this format because there are so many 1/3 or basically creatures around that either easily trade with it or the child just bounces off them. Sure, it's okay if you can put a lightning talents on it, but it's still vulnerable. I don't like picking it up here over the Mark of the Vampire, which, especially with flies, can just be a blowout. I think I have to take Dismiss into Dream here, otherwise it would look silly because Derek's deck was just too great to watch. I think it's an okay card. If you have repeatable effects that can point somewhere like Sapphire Charge or anywhere, that's good. Alter Sweep is okay. An okay card, which neuters their removal somewhat. Deadly Reckless is excellent. I'm confused as to why it's still here. If Dismiss is not here, I would probably hate it. Just to not have to play against it. So here we could only pick up the Cancrix as a sideboard card, or if I get low on playables. The Paladin because it can be annoying to play against, as well as the Guile. Or the Sanguine Bond because I don't think I have any yet. But I go for the Guile. I think it's the card that can hate our deck the most of these. Here we're going to take the Sapphire Charge to have a combo with Dismiss. Let's cost sort this. It looks like the rest of the picks will be seemingly whatever. So 9 playables, there could be 1 or 2 more would have been nice. But let's see what the next pack will have for us. So in the next pick we have Gale Rider Sliver, which is not good unless you play slivers, of course. There's Gnawing Zombie, which is okay. Spellblast, which is also okay. Seacoast Drake, which I think is overall good because it just holds up so many dudes. Train Condor is much better in blue-green or blue-red to jump up these bigger creatures. We're passing on a Predatory Sliver, which is basically one of the bread and butter slivers of the sliver decks. I'm a bit sad to pick up a low impact card such as the Seacoast Drake here, but it's still okay. It can carry a Mark of the Vampire, okay. Oh, I do fancy Trading Post very much. It's in combination with the bubbling cauldron, it's really excellent. The problem is that Doomblade, I think, is just too good to pass by. Blightcaster is also very excellent. I would also like picking up the Blightcaster. I have 3 enchantments I will definitely play already. So I would already play it because of the 2-3 buddy. Well, that's tough. I'm going for the Doomblade here. Passing another predatory sliver in the Hunt the Weak. Yeah, just hope I will not have to face some Poodle Queen deck, but the Doomblade will help mitigate that. And if we are very lucky, we're gonna wheel one of these two, Blightcaster or Trading Post. So let's take the Doomblade here. Also some nice cards for us here. Corpse Hauler is an okay card. It can return your best creature. Currently, we don't have a best creature, basically. The Vampire Warlord is a sack outlet and can be annoying for some decks to deal with, but it also gets better in Black-Red or Black-Green, I think. Wall of Frost is a decent blocker, which can be a nightmare for non-flying decks, but Claustrophobia is just straight-up removal, and if we will be able to wheel that Blightcaster, that would be fantastic. We're passing a Chandra's Outrage, which is just very good removal play. So this is rather difficult. Sensory Deprivation is okay pseudo removal, or the Blue Swords to Plowshares, like Mike Jacobs calls it. Counter spells are basically good in this format, even Spell Blast, so cancel is good. Death Case Cockatrice is a stop sign for any creature, basically. And Tenacious Death combines very well with Bubbling Cauldron and Bloodburn. So I may be able to pick up Death Case Cockatrice later on, but not so sure about Tenacious Death, because it's an uncommon. Grim Return is a gimmick card. Also gets better if you playing Black-Red and can snatch opposing creatures at will. Gonna go for the Tenacious Death. This might seem very wrong to some, and if you think it's wrong, just tell me so. It's no problem. So, Elite Arcanist. I'm not a fan of this guy. You have to have an instant or sorcery in your hand to have it work. It only has 1/1. Then you have to pay mana again to actually play it, and in all that time the opponent cannot have any removal for it to work. I think it was played against me once or twice, and only once was it activated, and it still did lose the game, even being able to recur shocks. So I'm gonna pick up a second Mark of the Vampire here. I think 2 is the maximum I will play. So I don't want to pick up the rest. It's early in a pack. Especially if I could take a Child of Night, which I still don't like, or an Undead Minotaur, which I actually will take because the 2/3 is just so much better than the 2/1 lifelink, I think. I'd rather get some more 1/3 flyers for 2 mana than a 2/1 lifelinker here. Diabolic Tutor is also okay. I could use it to fetch the combos of Dismiss into Tree and Zephyr Charge. Currently I'm really missing some more card draw effects. Haven't seen a Tor 2 or Tor 4 except that Altar Sweep at one stage. So maybe the last pack will give us an opportunity, or at last a divination. So this is a more difficult choice. I have Festering Newt, which combos nice with the Cauldron and the Bloodbaron. We also have Corrupt, which in blue-black is not as good as in other color combinations. Will usually deal 3 to 4 damage, but will still remove something and gain you life, which can be a swing. So I'm gonna pick up the Corrupt here. It's worth noting that the 4/6 creature is really good in this format. It can stop most non-flying threats cold in their steps. Here I'm either going to hate the Griffin Sentinel, the Thunderstrike, or the Lightning Talons. Lightning Talons are ugly to play against, but since we have some removal, it doesn't seem that bad against us, so I'm gonna take the Thunderstrike. Shrivel is always corner case, I found, unless you're playing against very aggressive red decks that play lots of one toughness creatures. Sentinel Sliver is still okay, but Gnawing Zombie is playable for me, so I will take that. It's another 1/3 body for 2, which will stop any Child of Night dead tricks. Show of Valor is an excellent trick. Lava Axe is okay in aggressive decks. Siege Mastodon is also an okay top-end card. I'm gonna pick up a Mind Rod. This card can be annoying to play against. So I think 8 creatures is still a bit low. Dark Favor is okayish. If that Blightcaster would have reeled, I maybe would pick up that Dark Favor, but it hasn't, so I'm gonna take the Vampire Warlord here. Hate a Show of Valor. And picking up a Ring of Flesh here is basically a bonus. It is playable. At this moment it would still make the deck, as with this Child of Night. Seemingly other people also don't fancy having a Child of Night in their deck. So let's see what the final pack brings us. So the only unfortunate thing at this moment is that the only cards that interact with Dismiss into Dream currently that are not Sapphire Charge are all removal spells anyhow. With the sole exception of the 2 Mark of the Vampire, which is a bit odd to play on an opponent's creature just to remove it. All in all, it looks fine. We have no real... Ooh, we have no real bomb. There still isn't a bomb for us here, but it's a Bogpur Ridge. Maybe we can get 1 or 2 newts, which would very be okay with this Witch. I would take it here because the only other 2 playable cards for me are Time Up and Frost Breath. Frost Breath, I think, doesn't belong here. Time Up is basically okay. They're good cards for other colors. Woodbound Behemoth is good in green. Prey of the Elements basically only good in mono white, but there it's excellent. Shock is good. Master of Diversion is good. So I'm gonna pick up the Witch here. Go for the combos. Black blue doesn't look good here. I could pick up the Dark Seal Ingot to fix myself. Currently I'm looking at just 1 card of double casting cost, so I'm not gonna do that. I have to take the Nightwing Shade here. Going for a splash now seems awfully weird, I think. And the only card I would be splashing from this pack would probably be the Act of Treason or the Hunt the Weak. Could get around splashing Act of Treason, but then I would have to pass the Dark Seal Ingot, having no fixing at all for them. Ah well. I don't like being inconsistent with my manners. So Archaeomancer, Word of Ruin and a Curse Spirit. Word of Ruin combines nicely with the Dismiss into Dream. Archaeomancer can give me back Doomblade, Wing Flash, Mind Rod, Corrupt. Curse Spirit can not be blocked by some. Negate, also good. As I said earlier, counter spells are good in this format, I think. Not much going on in the other colors though. Brittlebore is basically only good if you're playing that white enchantment that gives you angels. Or Voracious Worm. So getting a 6/6 Voracious Worm that then gets Doombladed, always nice. Gonna pick up the Archaeomancer. Maybe the Word of Ruin will reel. But this pack is nice. It's good to see a Seacoast Drake and a Messenger Drake and a Trained Condor here. Some people value Trained Condor. I don't do in this deck, but I do value Seacoast Drake and Messenger Drake. I'm gonna pick up the Messenger Drake here. So I have another Tenacious Stat. So I'm gonna pick that up. Can hold the ground. Still combos nice with Bubbling Cauldron and Bloodburn. And there's a Blightcaster and another Bloodburn. Add an Archaeomancer. So at this point another Bloodburn would be good for the second Tenacious Stat. But I'm gonna pick up the Blightcaster. It has inherently 3 points of toughness, and with the 3 or 4 rather 5 enchantments I'm going to play most probably, it's gonna remove some stuff. Won't get the third Tenacious Stat, but gonna pick up the Altar Sweep here, which combos nicely. Wow, another Bubbling Cauldron and another Bloodburn and another Mark of the Vampire. 2 is enough of these. I'm gonna pick up the Bloodburn here. Playing 2 Cauldron is okay, I think, but not something I'm getting excited about. So here I'm just gonna hate the Brave the Elements. Hating Giant Growth, hating Voracious Worm. I think I hate both. So we're going to have to cut some stuff here. Not sure what I will do. It's sad I didn't pick up any newts, so the Bog Forage has become a bit underwhelming without any newts. It can basically only fetch the one Bubbling Cauldron, which may already be on the battlefield when I play, and just 1 3 4 4 is not good enough. Having to pick up, maybe having to play these Child of Nights to get enough creatures. Well, I'll see. In this pool I have enough creatures, but you can't count the Tenacious Stat as a creature. It will come in for the occasional 1 point of damage, but even putting a Mark of the Vampire on it is underwhelming. Most creatures will be able to trade with it, and then you get a 1/1 without an enchantment, so that's not good. So here we go. So let's just put all of this blue-black away, including the Cauldron, and sort it by mana cost. So I'm gonna just put all the non-creatures down here. I think Mind Warden do, as I most of the time playable in this format. I tend to get blown out by these. So let's take a look at the creature base here. I think most of these are okay. I'm probably cutting at last 1 Child of Night and 1 Undead Minotaur. Vampire Warlord and 2 Tenacious Stat, that's still okay, I think. Wing Flash I'll put to the sideboard. Maybe my opponent plays creatures where it's worthwhile. So still 3 cards to cut. So I'm more black heavy, so it's okay to leave the co-opt in. Well, maybe I will not main deck the Mine Twat at all. Still not excited about that Child of Night. But getting my curve the wrong way around doesn't really look that enticing to me as well. I have some low-end non-creature spells, but if I'm going up against something more aggressive like Red Queen or Red White, that can get annoying really fast. Or basically any queen deck, or slivers, or just about anything. So I'm cutting 2 more cards. Could cut the Dismiss and Sapphire Charge combo. I basically have no card for outside Altar Sweep. And the tutor didn't wheel, which would entice me to play it. But it's still a good combination. I don't want to cut the Altar Sweep because it's okay with Tenacious Dead. Archaeomancer can return the Weep, the Doomblade, the Liturgy, the Corrupt. It's nice value. Shade to finish out the game. Well, I'm gonna take out the Shade. Well, the top end card and maybe the second Child of Night. Retaining an annoying zombie in that, so I'm gonna hope to go to the long game to get up Dismiss with anything basically. And just so the plan is basically to remove any good creature and win with a 2-3 or 3-3 flyer. Or Blood Bear plus Tenacious Dead. Yeah, well. We'll see how that works out. So, gonna add them lands. So I think 8-9 is okay, even though we have much more black cards, but we do have 4 cards with a double blue casting coast. So 8-9 is okay, I think. And I will submit here and see you for the first round. Until then.